day report, journal entry. Guess I don't know what the fuck ever it is. I'm going to talk a little bit about why I should play with the weapons I play with, or why I play the build I play, why I only play a hunter. You don't see a warlock or a titan here, even though I could make one. And I've often teased that I would do so as a special month-long challenge to see how far I could take either of those two classes. And the only reason I don't play a titan is because I've played a titan. Sorry, hold on a second here. I'm checking to see if the background audio is coming through over my microphone. Sorry, kids. I'm not professional. This is all very much, off the cuff. So I won't be talking for very much right now and just listening to what's going on in the background. Okay, so it looks like my microphone is actually doing its job. Alrighty, anyway, so I played a Titan all of D1 and intermittently played the Warlock and the Hunter. Really only picked them up when the fire team was like, "Hey, we could really use a hunter here. We could really use a warlock here. We're going to try to push Atheon off his platform with solar grenades." And at the time, it was the warlock who had the best chance of doing so. So things like that. And then eventually, I got back into playing the hunter more and more towards the end of D1 until finally I was just maining a hunter for the whole time. So I was like, I don't know why. That's why, for the most part, even though I have built Titans and Warlocks on occasion, never really kept them, and just felt like this was just extra dead space that the game was um, setting up for me to have to do. And it's kind of weird. It's like in the early days, players would jump around maps and go exploring and stuff like that. And Bungie, of course, being a live game, was observing this and going, "Hey, these guys really like running off, task and going off the mission and basically exploring and looking for little glitches and glitching in through walls and stuff." And so then they started incorporating jumping puzzles into their activities. And I'm like, immediately at that point, I was like, no, if I wanted to do jumping puzzles, I'd play Metroid or, Tomb Raider or something like that. Um, but again, playing the Hunter is a good choice for this because hunters are really good at jumping and maneuvering around things. I can make corners easier than the other two classes can, and that's a good thing. As far as builds that I'm running with, normally I prefer Night Stalker, but since Solar is what the Leviathan has been requiring for the most part this season, I've gone ahead and I've gotten used to playing Solar. Now we have this really cool class ability via the artifact, which of course is I don't normally like relying upon any of this in my builds. I really don't. Simply because it's temporary and then you get used to it and then next thing you know it goes away and you're like, struggle to find the next best thing. So contrary to my usual practices, apart from the champion mods, I am using Classy Restoration. And has it saved my ass? More than a few times, honestly. I don't really want to rely on it, and I try not to rely on it. But in a drastic pinch, if I'm doing something all by myself, that is actually a really good, use in there. Most of what I focus on is going for strength, intellect, and mobility, and I'm able to get these three stats pretty consistently across at least three of my classes. Arc is the only one so far now because it's not 2.0 or 3.0. I'm close. I'm close. With a little bit of fiddling, I can get my triple centuries or triple hundreds or whatever you want to call them, um, tricentennial build. And the reason why I go for mobility is because it is my class ability, and I do rely on my class ability quite a lot. The reason why I go for intellect is obvious, the super, and then of course melee. So the strength and the mobility are my criticals. Now I know a lot of people say resilience and recovery and resilience is really really good, and I have tinkered with builds that use those, but I don't ever seem to. My reaction times are not the quickest when it comes to getting out of situations. So recovery resilience is kind of like a reactionary stat, and that's kind of the way I feel about classy restoration, um, or the Night Stalker Shade Step. I don't want to focus. Oh, that is a really fucking good roll right here. That just kind of snuck up on me. I'll tell you what. But is it better than the one I already have in my vault? I don't know. Let's go find out. Let's see. What is Rojo here?
What cipher is this?
This is the kind that likes steak and being a famous celebrity and not realizing they're in the Matrix. That cipher. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, that's right. So doing my tricentennial, stat lines, um, and then of course not relying upon certain reactionary abilities. Resilience and recovery don't really benefit me. I've tried it. I've maxed them out. I've had entire armor sets totally dedicated to resilience and recovery, and then supported with all the other abilities that I like to play. And my playstyle just doesn't benefit from a high resilience or high recovery. One, I'm moving it into danger too often for recovery to make much of a difference. And two, I'm getting myself into danger. I'm staying in danger too long for resilience to make much of a difference. Even in Battle Operation 2, when I'm playing, I don't go for melee resistance or beam resistance. I don't go for high, mobility too much. I go for melee strength or ranged strength. And, because again, even in my playstyle in Mobile Operation 2, Battle Operation 2, it's, I play I play the pendulum. I'm either super super aggressive or I'm super super reserved. I'm never really in the middle. And to play a warlock, you have to be in the middle. To play a titan, like I said, I don't play a titan because you can be reserved and you can be aggressive, and you can be in the middle with the titan. But I played a titan, for a long time, and I'm bored with titans. There's titans to me are easy mode. Let's see, I have lasting impression an impulse amplifier on this, and I could re-roll it, but I don't know if I want to because it doesn't really do any better than my ascendancy, to be honest. Yeah, ambitious assassin and chain reaction. I don't know if I can get that on my Palmyra or Palmyra. I don't know what it's or whatever. Let's take a look at my gunsmith calibrations. What do we got going on here? We got kinetics, we got linears, we got subs, and we got autos. So basically the same shit we did yesterday. And in my linear fusion rifles, that'll be the Arbalist. This guy here. Oh, and I got a Silicon Neuroma. That's going to be fun. Um, Come to pass is good roll. So yeah, I forgot I can pick up the new Ascendant Alloy. I haven't been earning any of these. I've just been
Hello,
buying them from
Guardian.
Rahul
Welcome.
as I get them. And coincidentally enough, you know, it's been okay because I don't need to run so fast. So now we talked a little bit about my character stat choices and the armor and the ability choices. We're going to get a little bit into the weapon choices because that has more fluidity in it. Let's take this. Yeah, I'm okay without that. I'm doing the bright dust farm, but we're going to do that later. Let's go to the Leviathan. I mean, yeah, let's go to the helm. So weapons, the weapons I play with. That's like I said, the most contentious area in my gameplay. And why do I choose those type of weapons? Okay, so oh, do I have anybody here who needs a 63 that I want to keep? I think we're going to go ahead and do this. We'll do. Oh, I need to get an upgrade module. Dang it, I fucked up. All right, so more or less, um, I got 63s all over here. Sorry for the dead air. Okay, so we're going to the gardens today. We'll play the Castellan. So again, weapons. Sorry, I hit the wrong button here, guys. What I prefer. Normally, I run around with this build. This is more or less my thing. This is my long range AoE. This is my mid short range mow them down, and then this is my short range. Actually, this is yeah, this is long range. This is kind of like the all over the place kind of gun, really. Um, I have it because it keys off of the void affinity. Um, I don't play match games so much, so I'm not collecting weapons to match affinities, but I am collecting weapons that match my subclasses. So that's what I do. I look at my subclass and I see what I'm running here. I didn't talk about the subclass. I'm so sorry. So I go with Marksman's Dodge for the reload. Gambler's Dodge is nice if I really want to spam some melees or if I've got a bounty that requires tons of melee regeneration, but I'm getting melee back so fast, so I don't really need it. Acrobatic Dodge is fun if I'm doing things to become radiant. I'm working with allies and people are coordinating. Then I'll play that one if somebody else isn't. Always do the triple jump just for the mobility. Always do the proximity explosive knife just because AoE. And then, of course, the swarm grenade. This is mostly to flush enemies out of cover or to tag an enemy that's, if there's a wide piece of cover and I'm not sure which end they're really on and I don't want to advance and land on top of them unless I'm playing that other side of the pendulum swing where I'm being super aggressive. Then I use the swarm grenade because it tags them. And I can see the little numbers. This is a clutch grenade in Crucible, believe it or not. I find so many people sneaking and hiding or doing shenanigans with this grenade. The knock them down for the you know for the scorch is really nice, and then of course the gunpowder gamble is super killy. Between the bombardiers, which under the solar element scorches targets, and then running um, the gunpowder gamble and knock them down, and then running these three aspects or fragments, plus 10 to the intellect, a scorch stacks to targets, and then of course plus 10 to strength. Just these three right here. I know there's some more down in here that'll probably be a little bit more meta, but I'm looking for basically a get in, get it all done kind of situation. I'm sacrificing specificity for more flexibility, or I'm sacrificing more damage output per the activity in favor of just basically being able to switch from killing nightmares to participating in the public event to just staying alive long enough to finish an unkillable bounty. So that's my role and my reasons behind why I do these abilities. Now for cannons, I mean for guns. So I like chain reaction. I prefer chain reaction over most all the other stats. Don't get chain reaction on this one, I don't think, but we'll get there. As you see, chain reaction demolitionist, chain reaction clown cartridge, chain reaction ambitious assassin. You see the pattern here. So it's not. I'm going. This is my long range AOE. Want to get it all cleared out, and then in my energy slot, that's where I'm going to be doing more of the more. This is I don't really favor submachine guns. I really do favor um, the auto rifle, the breech loaded grenade launcher, and the drum loaded grenade launcher, um, and hand cannons and bows. I'm not a big fan of scout rifles so much, and I'm not too big a fan of snipers and shotguns. Again, hand cannons, um, breech loaders. I mean, yeah, bows, hand cannons, and grenades, and then of course the sidearm. Really love sidearms. And again, what's common amongst all these things is this is single target high hit. This is AOE DOT. This is multiple target spray hits, and then yeah, that's basically it. So it's, yeah, sidearm, hand cannons, and breech loaders. In here, it's gonna really just be the auto rifle. I have all these other weapons mainly because for gunsmith calibrations, kind of thing like that, or bounty clearing. But yeah, if I was gonna just have one item in my energy slot, it would be the hard light, basically over the gnawing hunger. But I run exotics out of this a lot. I don't have any exotics in my heavies. Why don't I have the Galahorn in here? Because I've got Ascendancy and she does a far better job. Because I've got Blast Bateau and under Chain Reaction, she does a far better job. I've got my Chain Reaction, Vortex frame sword does a better job. Um, the Arbalist, again, just because Banshee's been asking for linear fusion rifles. I used to be a fan for them, but for some reason, fusion rifles in general have just not piqued my interest very much. Traced rifles are kind of okay, but it really, really, really depends on what we're doing here. And that's kind of really what it runs down to. So, like I said, just an updated insight into why I pick the loadout that I pick and why I'm not playing a Titan or a Warlock. And I hope Bungie can understand that. It's not anything against them. It's just, I hate to say it, but it's not you, sweetie. It's me. I like what I like, and I should be able to play with what I want to play with and fulfill that quote unquote design fantasy for myself. Um, and I understand that, there are going to be, certain things that are going to be worth better and have more return, but that's okay. I don't play into those specific areas. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to say thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. If you want to go ahead and hang out some more, I'm going to play this for another. We'll play for a few more minutes, and then I'm going to go break off, and glue should be dried by then, and I can finish up on my desktop project. Anyway, again, thanks for stopping by. That was a serious oops.
It is time. Light and dark align, turning into a burning recollection of terror. Seize that power and become a reaper of nightmares. find it and destroy it. Do you feel that? They're coming.
My Leviathan will not so easily bend to your will.
Light and dark forged together into a physical manifestation of terror. Go forth and be the Reaper. A new nightmare rises, but do not fear. Destroy it as you have the others.
So, as I hear the tale told, you killed a guardian in another life, without even being a light bearer.
I would prefer not to talk about this, Empress.
Please. Such a feat requires cunning and strength that only the mightiest of Cabal have ever achieved. Surely the Traveler saw this.
I don't think any of us can claim to know what the Traveler thinks. Not anymore.
Damn it. Threw that fucking knife too close. That sucks. trying. Trying not to be so loud on the controller mic, but it doesn't let me adjust them. Trying not to be so loud on the controller mic. I'm playing myself back on my Chromebook so I can hear how loud I am. Yeah, it's weird that it doesn't. It doesn't have. Maybe that's in the game itself. Let's see. Come on. Huh. Maybe it's in the game settings. Let's find out. Sound. No, that's just the gameplay and stuff. Oh, maybe over here. Here we go. Voice chat. Nothing here that sets volume control. All right. Well, that doesn't matter. We're coming up on an hour on this. I'm going to discount about 15 to 20 minutes for random AFK. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to finish the Deathless Nightmare run because I've died already, and I'm pretty sure I was like maybe 5 or 6 targets away from finishing. Let's go ahead and bolster up my. Oh, here we go. It's a nightmare. Alright, we got that one. And we got the auto rifle calibration finished. Come on. Man, these guys just soak the wounds. That's weird. I already murdered this one. It's okay. Bungie's really pushing the finishers today. I wish finishers counted for melee attacks. So, or they counted towards bounties other than just finisher bounties. I don't think there should be. I think bounties should be categorized as either, you know, ranged attacks, melee attacks, and that's it. You know, that's all you should be doing. I don't think you should be having that fart around with all kinds of random shit. It just doesn't feel effective. Like this. This is just really, come on, man. Chain reaction. Fucking love that fucking stat. This should be all the rocket launcher kills I need to get done now. What the hell? Where? Oh, these guys are in the tunnels. That's where I remember now. Alright, get this out of my hands. Got one more rocket launcher kill, and then nightmares for deathless stuff, and then scout rifle kills. Oh, wait, I also have, I think, a key. Shit. Royal Pools at the Feet of Greatness. Okay, so we're here. This is good. It's just so beefy. There's my rocket launcher. Alright, we're done with that. I love rocket launchers. I just don't like doing all the bounties with them. Alright, so what's left after this? Yeah, submachine guns, nightmares, scout rifles, and glaives. Okay. I think, oh, fuck me, I didn't put the glaive on here. Oh, that's an incomplete, because I'm not coming back. Once I'm done with the Leviathan for the day, I'm done for the day. I might come back later tonight if I feel like I want to, but honestly, it's not worth it. Wow. It's just trash, pure trash. Yeah, and a 63. Let's see. Do I have a 64 on my list already? So I don't need to bring this up. I don't want that. I'm gonna unlock this eventually. I don't care about this one. No, I'm gonna go for a 64. I think. All right. So, all right. Let me think about this. I want to switch back to my grenade launcher. It's a little bit safer to handle. Rocket launchers have a tendency to blow up in my face. I don't really like that. Guess we can put on the glaive because I'm gonna get my glaive out of my vault. Stand by. This is gonna take a little while. Okay, so my strategy is basically going to be get the Leviathan shit done, then I'm going to go off. I'm going to go back to Earth and see about just taking care of the. Oh, what the fuck? Killed by the architects because I guess I was having too much fun. I was thinking about doing a little drinking game, like a two, maybe I don't know. I don't know. These games are more fun when they're played over periods of time where you can actually um, start experiencing goofy shit. But I was thinking about doing some kind of like a vault challenge where it's like every time I get killed by the architects, delete something from my vault. Um, but I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to risk that. But I was thinking maybe doing like a drinking game. It's like every time I get killed by the architects, I take a shot. But I don't want to promote alcoholism. So I was trying to think of some kind of like personal challenge thing. Like, I don't know. Every time I get killed by the architects, if this was a channel where I was doing things like Patreon or subscribers and stuff like that, um, or a fundraiser, then I'd be like, every time I get killed by the architects, donate something to a charity or something like that. It'd be kind of fun to do. I mean, it's just, or I don't know, maybe like I don't know, something about it. But yeah, I get killed by the architects quite frequently in this game. It's just I don't know if that's everybody or just me. Uh, wow, good thing the glaives don't need actual ammo to fucking be useful. I wish swords were like this. If swords were like this, that'd be so fucking awesome. Hey, well, I finally got some ammo. All it's gonna do is slow me down now because it takes time to reload. Oh fuck! There you go, killed by the architects fucking again. Oh, thank God this is not a deathless one. I'd be really sassy right now. Um, damn it. Fuck. That is just freaking ridiculous. Um, yeah, and again, like I said, this is why having resilience or recovery on my character stat doesn't do anything because I get killed by the architects. It doesn't matter. I can't go deathless for. I'd have to really. It's a challenge for me to go deathless. Oh, fuck off. Yeah, there you go. You get your finisher. Enjoy the wet spot, you piece of shit. I think this is the other reason why the piercing sidearms is bugged. Because with a sidearm, you could totally get through uh, Cabal shields. Because that's kind of what, barrier mod does. Is it breaks through the Cabal shields, it breaks through Knight shields. It's just, oh, fuck you. There we go. Let's just do this. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm not going to use the relic. I'm going to be using my glaive to get the fucking bounty done. Then I'm heading off to the EDZ to fucking finish up the submachine gun bounty. And I don't know. I might do some Crucible later on. We'll see. I get killed by the architects in the Crucible too, believe it or not. It's fucking nuts. It's really bad in Gambit. And somebody told me that I guess I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. I don't need to be here anymore, do I? Yep, I'm done. Yeah. You and the king's stinking son. Who cares? Alright, so now we're off to the EDZ. Stay on Earth. Less complicated. That's what Banshee says. I trust him. I've often thought about actually making this one of these areas into like battle boards for my miniature battle games, or for like a Dungeons and Dragons style campaign. You know, the funny thing about role playing games is that they make a sci-fi version, they make a fantasy version, they make a horror version, and honestly, you only need is just one system. You can reskin it from just about anything you want. Um, Tailor the spell list to more represent the aspects of your game world. For instance, like if you're playing a sci-fi game, and it's a hard sci-fi game, meaning that it's all technology. There's no psionics, there's no magic or anything like that. There's no monsters creeping in the dark. It is straight humans, and that's all there is to it. Then all you have to do is, if you have somebody who's a magic user, then the spells that they can cast can be technology that they use. For instance, like prestidigitation. I can say that word. Prestidigitation. I think I said it wrong. Anyway, it creates an illusion within a certain distance that people have to make I think, a wisdom saving throw to resist it or to see through the illusion. I mean, really, hologram emitter. That's what it is. It's a hologram emitter. And then, of course, spell slots. They are your energy slots. How much power do you have on your person? If you're thinking of yourself, like, say, for instance, the Enterprise, is always running out of power, energy to the shields, energy to the phasers, reinforce the superstructure, that kind of stuff. So you can always just swap out energy slots, power slots for energy slots, and then whatever spell, just come up with, there's a device that makes it. And if you do that, then there's the chance the device can be confiscated. So rather than spell magic, it might be like an EMP interference, that causes, or counterspell. It would be like electronic countermeasures. I mean, it's not hard to go for it. I mean, and then of course, most people are playing with melee weapons. So, hey, Doom, the universe of Doom, which of course does have psionics and stuff in it. But if you were to actually take that concept, I remember playing an RPG. I think it was Traveler, or maybe it was like an independent little zine style game. I can't remember specifically. It was a small book, and ship to ship boarding actions. It was about boarding actions, and because starships and space stations, are basically these paper thin, aluminum cans in space, or whatever metal that was used. It was like, you didn't want to like blow yourself up. So using energy weapons or projectile weapons, things that could punch holes in the walls, you were avoiding that as best as you can. So melee weapons like clubs and stun sticks and things like that were very commonplace. I mean, it wouldn't be a big stretch. I mean, if you look at Star Wars, which of course is a fantasy setting, really, you had the Gamorrean guards running around with glaives, essentially. So, I mean, you could do it. It's not hard to do. You don't have to play in a fantasy, medieval style, Middle Ages or ancient world setting. Um, with D&D Fifth Edition, it's written for that, and it's named and it's themed in that. But it doesn't take much to reskin the setting to fit whatever genre you want to play in, and then through that genre, actually explore, the tropes and ideas behind it. It depends. I mean, because myself personally, I'm a dungeon crawler. I like to just open the door, defend myself for long enough to get whatever's inside the room as treasure and get the fuck out. I'm a what they call a BX player, basic and expert player from the Old Bay rules, and oh god, I can't remember his other name. I feel terrible. Somebody pulled my D&D card. I failed. Um, where XP was awarded one per gold piece recovered from your adventure. Because obviously, if you came away with enough treasure, you earned some kind of experience. You had some kind of expertise involved with it, even if that was you basically backstabbing the rest of the party and stealing their gold. I mean, if you're a chaotic evil thief, then, or actually a chaotic thief, there was no evil or good in the BX rules. Yeah, that's the thing that could happen. But yeah, so thinking about turning some, getting data off of these, I mean, it wouldn't be hard to translate this. I think a kill team board would probably be about as big as Trossland right now. If I was going to go, say, from that building wall to about that building wall to about roughly that building wall, and then across, of course. So your limit would be this block right here. This would be the limit of your board, and that's actually quite a bit. I think that's actually pretty big. It's not quite a 4x6 table, but I think it fits within about the um, 2 foot by 3 foot footprint that most kill team games are played on. Oh, did he just? He ran in there. That's odd. Oopsie. Come on, I can get up there. Come on, what the fuck? There we go. I wish this game could allow climbing, actual climbing, not just vaulting over a ledge like this. That's just vaulting. I want actual climbing, like climbing that wall. Actually free climbing that wall. It would be fun. That'd be nice. Anyway, we are, I think, done for all my bounties, and that is a good thing. I think when I come back, I'll probably play some Gambit, or maybe even. Let's see what's on the helm, because that's my goal. Yeah, cool. We got stuff to pick up at the Crown of Sorrow. I did click on the thing, so let's make the thing happen. I'm playing Raid Shadow Legends while I fuck around in orbit and stuff. Oh, oh man. I wish I could get a webcam, do like a little in-frame kind of little image you guys can see what I'm working on in Raid Shadow Legends or on my desktop. I've got this cool dice project, the dice tray project that I'm working with. I built a dice tray slash dice guardian, and I took the monster from the Force Awakens toy line, the 3 3/4 inch toy line. It's the red squid looking thing, and I put an eyeball in it and in the mouth, to be extra creepy, and then turned the other little bumps on the outside into like blind cave fish dwelling eyeball kind of things, and then repainted it this nice turquoise green to get that eldritch look to it. And it's a pretty decent sized tray. It's about 6x6. It's enough for a handful of dice. Fireball. You could throw a fireball in there. Um, let's see. First of all, let's reset my character load to what I like to run, and we'll go to the vault. Yeah, I know, right? Minimalist here. um, don't need to have that or that. Um, I'm still leveling that. I don't know if I want to keep it or not. I think if I say bows, I'm going to go with Tiku's Definition. Um, don't really care about this one because I'm leveling. I'm trying to get the patterns for the ones I want. I think we're good here. Um, this is a really nice Palmyra, but I'm building one, so I don't know. I don't know why Bungie's being so stingy with the patterns. I mean, it's like, you're gonna have to do really extensive activities, high-end activity. I mean, in order to get Ascendant Alloy, you only have the three choices. You have the Gunsmith, you have Master Raoul, and then you have what the fuck? Oh, here we go. And then you have this guy, the weekly mission. So, and then of course, heroic, you have to have a fire team. And I've played the mission about 10 times and have yet to get a single alloy. So my only source of alloys is Banshee and Master Rahula. I think there should be better places for it. You should have better places for it. It shouldn't be so fucking hard to get. Tears of Contrition. It's a 63 in kinetic. I think I need one of those. Yeah, I thought that would be a pattern, but nope. Well, I hit the paywall in Raid at the Doom Tower. I'm on floor number 40. That's average. That's consistent. Last Doom Tower rotation, I got to 38 and couldn't go any further with my champions. So, but that's okay. I mean, it's a free to play game. I play because I like building characters and I like exploring the theories, crafting, and stuff like that. Yeah, I can't get any ascended alloy out of this. Next month, these will be patterns you could buy in exchange for. Oh wait, yeah, I don't have an upgrade yet for him. It always takes for fucking ever. I don't know. It's just, I mean, yeah. I know if I played the server mission, the sever missions. I know if I played those, that there's a high likelihood that I would probably be ramping up my helm reputation a whole lot more. But again, I mean, I played the first one and it was hectic. Played the second one, I was like, oh fuck this, I don't need this shit. I don't, I really don't. But then again, it's like, you get one pattern a week out of these six, and it's like, come on, really? You're gonna throttle us that badly? I mean, I know. Well, I mean, is it better than the one I already own? Slightly. No. Well, no, I'm not going to go for it. Yeah, that was kind of a bummer. I thought maybe I'd get a pattern. It's supposed to get a pattern in the opulent key, but I guess that doesn't matter now. But whatever. I think it's once per week, actually. I think that's right. And I'm like, well, if everything's scaled to the week, then what's to keep me playing every day except for, gunsmith calibrations and then possibly doing reputation for the Leviathan? I mean, the long game is the Throne World because that's the annual expansion. Short game is the Leviathan reputation. I think the psycho hacking psyops campaign is done. Um, you can still play the battle missions at a chance for a pattern, but I mean, again, you're going to be grinding those, and it's like I just don't want to grind my games. I mean, I want to play, and I want to feel like I want to play. I want to either win or lose, succeed or fail at the event, and then move on to something else. Because that's kind of the way it is. I don't want to keep pounding at something. It's kind of like what I talked about playing Warlocks. I just don't have the patience for Warlocks, and I'm bored with Titans. And
Back from eternity.
maybe if Arc 2.0 or 3.0 comes out, I might be like, hell yeah, let's do that. But for the most part, not really. And I think slowing us down on leveling our weapons just undercuts the whole excitement that I had for getting weapons you can level and grow. I mean, that's kind of the thing I wanted to do. I was looking forward to that being my ritual activity. Get patterns, build weapons, level them up. And I mean, that's enough of a grind in itself. I don't understand why the game won't let you do that. Oh, I do understand why. It's just because the game's a service, and it's important. Uh, that's my Ragnhild. It's important to keep the service flowing, you know. But and again, they mistreat you and make you feel shitty about everything. So again, like I say, I've got my Ragnhild. Um, I have not masterworked it because the only thing I've got masterworked is the demolitionist, and I want to get subsistence fully and completely on it. But it's still not going to be any better than this. I mean, pulse monitor and moving target with the Vanguard's Vindication, and I've got these great little stats in here to switch between PVE and PvP. I mean, my Fortissimo is the best I've got going. There's nothing else needed to. There's nothing else I need for that. I don't need this. Um, I don't play sniper rifles. I don't need this. Oh, I think I just did a stupid, didn't I? I'm trying to level weapons. So I got a 63. What really needs a 63? My sidearm does, because it's a primary weapon for me. Do I have any other 63s in here? Well, that, but I'm not gonna do expended. Um, well, actually, yeah. You know what? I am going to expend it. Let's go ahead and put it on. Let's see. Let's do my hand cannon. No, let's do this guy. Because I'm not gonna deep sight this. You can get deep sight resonance so fucking easy. La 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 la. You can use an upgrade too. Oh, I gotta get one more. So yeah, I think that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for me today. And yeah, I think I'm gonna be okay with what I got done. I feel okay. I'm not really looking forward to playing anymore, so that means that the game has kind of failed in that respect. You know, that's the thing is that you should be putting your controller down, thinking, "Ah, I can't wait to play again." But that's good game design. And what's so sad is that for the last half hour, I've been thinking about doing nothing but cracking out my Ironsworn game and playing my character through his next chapter and seeing if yeah, I guess I should probably pick up another couple modules. Yeah, and because right now they found an elven patrol in the deep wilds, and presently they're deciding it's the main character Asmund and his two companions Merrick and Kamar, and Kamar is the son of the Thane of the town that uh, is under attack by the elves because some hunters from that town stole a relic from one of their shrines in the deep wilds, and so the mission is basically recover the relic and bring those hunters to justice. Most likely elven justice, which it's kind of elves are not the Tolkien type elves. They're not D&D elves. They're not dark elves. Elves in this game are they're kind of like they're the scary elves. They're the things you don't want to run into in their own territory, let alone your territory. Um, so it's just imagine this this presence of this deeply ancient presence that you just know you don't belong near it, that kind of thing. I mean, if you could there's almost like a toxic kind of aura that comes out of them, but it doesn't corrupt humans. But it's kind of like this glamour that is, that can be both entrancing and terrifying at the same time. Think like Galadriel from Tolkien, just to kind of give you a little bit of a reference point, because everybody knows Galadriel from, the Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring first movie, that the whole photo negative, both beautiful and terrifying kind of thing. Um, but yeah, so in Ironsworn, you have an underlying quest, which is your character's motivation for being in that world. And for Osmond, he was an Iron Priest who then became a warden. And even though while he still observes and practices his clerical duties, he's more of a fighter ranger type character. But he's out there looking for a new truth because the dogma of the Iron Priests was just weighing him down, and he was finding out that it was not patching all the different holes that were there. There were things missing in the world that he could sense, and he's trying to find those missing pieces. And I'm feeling like the elves are going to kind of be that solution. Like all the concepts that humans have about these elves is really going to be maybe like subverted in some way or another, or maybe it's going to be reinforced. I don't know yet, because Ironsworn is one of those procedurally generated role playing games, or games in general. I'm not really role playing it. I'm actually just playing a game, just like I would be if I was playing Skyrim, or Elder Scrolls Online, or even this game, you know. And it's a lot of fun. I mean, if you've ever picked up a Choose Your Own Adventure or Pick a Path book or anything like that, or you played any of the Lone Wolf books or any of the fighting fantasy books, um, or even just sat in on your own D&D game, it is a lot of fun. It took me a little bit of an effort to remove myself from the concepts that I had about tabletop gaming, role playing games, or character adventure games, or combat adventure games. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to find a wording that best describes how I play these kinds of games and what I want from them. Yeah, the entertainment value is pretty high for me. So it's obviously, such that I'm talking about that while I'm in Destiny. In any case, I'm going to level up these last two weapons and then DD out. And I thank you for stopping by. Hope you learned something out of it.